If you're like me, then you are someone who loves to stay in their fantasy land. I'm someone who has a lot of ideas. In all honesty, it kind of gets exhausting. It honestly kind of feels like a manic episode sometimes. Like I get a lot of ideas right before I fall asleep, and I have a tendency to write them all down in my notes app on my phone and have a bunch of different tabs open or folders and organization for all of them. I love working on a lot of different creative ideas. I feel like I always have to pursue it in some kind of way. It gets to the point where not every idea needs to be pursued. Like I have a tendency to get lost in my own head and my fantasy. It's hard to come back to earth sometimes. I'd either call myself an artist or just a creative because there is nothing else in this world that I generally think about often other than ideas for myself. Of course, I occasionally still think about friends, family, and my girlfriend and all that stuff and like what I need to eat, but I would say like 90% of the time, I'm always thinking about ideas and how to get where I need to be. It's hard because life always just gets in the way, and I always have to figure out a way out of here. I may live in a fantasy and be a little delusional. However, I've been giving myself work. That's the title of this video. You have to give yourself work. The reason for that is you need to be passionate about something and look forward to something that you want to keep doing. You can't come home every day and expect yourself to not necessarily be happier, but to be content with life if you don't have anything that you're passionate about or want to work on when you get home. When I was working a job before I got laid off, as soon as I got home, I started making music or playing my instruments and all that kind of good stuff. Like I take breaks in between the day, and normally my breaks are just working on chores, cleaning, or going for a good walk, or working out in between. But I always still come back and know how to get back to work. Like it's not a hard thing for me. I mean, the reason you have to give yourself work is because if you receive work from someone else, then you are working for someone else's purpose, which is something I do not ever want to do in my entire life again. Even if you're only dedicating yourself to only a few hours a day, I mean, over time, those hours add up. I mean, I don't say you don't need to have a side hustle or something, but you still need to come home and be passionate about something. Unless you are passionate about your job, then by all means, then work those hours. However, most jobs I have worked were just not for me, and it's very hard for me to work for someone else. I even tried freelancing at one point and I still didn't like it because people weren't coming to me from what I was making. I was still having to create for someone else and their own vision. So personally, I didn't really like freelancing. Was it better than what I was doing at any other corporate job? Oh, for sure. But over time, I still wanted to have my own business and have people come to me for my ideas and my creations and stuff like that. So I just learned really quickly that I wasn't someone who wanted to work for someone else. I thought it was a life not lived. Also, I am pretty stubborn and I have a tendency to question too much about where I'm working to the point where I just dig myself a hole in my own thoughts and I just kind of get this resentment of where I'm working. And I also just have a hard time being told what to do from another adult when I am an adult. I just want to do what I want to do. I like my freedom, and that's what I want. These people didn't really serve my purpose unless it was just to get extra money and to survive. But other than that, I hated working for someone else. People just think I hate working or that I'm lazy, but that's just not the case because I mean, I'm pretty much a self starter when I do want to learn something, and I have been getting better at everything I do over the past few years. I have not given up on anything that I do or anything that I'm passionate about. I still make music. I still play my instruments. I still work on my clothing brand. I still work on my art. And that's just what I'm passionate about. However, do I think I could put more work into it because I'm a little bit too patient of how things come? Yeah, I just want to do them correctly though. So I don't want to backtrack every time or just because I made a mistake or I learned something wrong. I think people have a tendency to think that I'm lazy or something just because I honestly am a job hopper because most of these jobs are just way too easy to learn and they're just not stimulating enough. And I learned them pretty quickly. Did I become the best in the company? No, because I just didn't want to, or I didn't really strive to because I would rather put my energy elsewhere into something that I'm passionate about. I'm not going to put 110% into someone else's purpose in a job. Basically, when I was working my corporate job, I was always quiet quitting. I did this for every job. I hated all of them. It's hard for me to pretend to care about the fake urgency or the fake coworkers or that fake lifestyle. Like in my head, it's just a load of garbage. And I have never liked a single job in my life. It's not that they're hard, but I just felt like I was wasting my time. Like when it's my own work, I don't mind working all day with breaks in between. I can't sit in a chair all day just because I don't want to turn into a shrimp. But that's when I learned that I didn't necessarily hate working. I just hated working without a purpose because I knew working a job was just a bunch of shit. And to this day, it's even worse. Like it has not gotten better at all, and people are starting to realize that. And it's all over social media. And I'm not saying to quit your job because it's you can't. Most people can't survive without literally not having a job because Americans don't really save their money, but that's like a consumerism video that I need to talk about. I mean, I can sit at home all day and make content or work on music or work on art or work on designs. Like, those are no issues to me. It's like I never get a creative block. I just don't. It's like at the point, it's like the opposite. Like, I have too many ideas and I just need to get them out there. Even if they're shit, even if the idea is shit, at least I got it out there and I tried it. And then I learned that it's shit and I don't need to do it anymore. So what I learned is that I just have to start and then I just keep going and going and going. So that is like my main issue is just like I think you just have to start and then it's like so much easier. Like I don't know why just starting is the hardest part of actually wanting to work, but that's just how it is. Now basically I'm dedicating myself to this year and next year to give myself work and to show up when I don't want to. I cannot go back to another corporate job. I'd rather make enough money to survive and do what I love than to go back. So I'm not going to be on my deathbed with regret because I couldn't make it out or I didn't try or put enough effort into this. That's just not something I'm going to live with. And if that pisses off people, then I don't really care. You can just leave me alone, I guess. So I don't know. I'm just really fed up with where I am in life because I believe it could be much better with my creative endeavors, and I just really want to see where they go. I can't predict the future, but I sure as hell can, work in the present and see where it goes and kind of just take some baby steps and slowly move forward in my life. I'm delusional, but the delusions with some work and consistency, I believe, can change your life. So let your ambition carry you. And thanks to that is a Travis Scott for that lyric. So have a great rest of your day, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.